Doritos. And some water. But what else can influence us? When you see a puddle in your path, do you walk through it? Or do you step around? When someone smiles at you, do you smile back? Does seeing that physically fit person inspire you to go to the gym? Think about how many interactions you have with people in a day. Think about how many opportunities you have to influence someone in a positive manner. Your influence determines the type of role model or mentor you are to others. Do you look up to someone and want to do the things they do just the way they do them? The clothes they wear, the things they say? But what about the opposite? I bet all of you in here has someone that looks up to you. They follow your behavior. They think you are cool. They listen to what you say and they try to copy you. They see you as their mentor or role model. You might not even realize it, but right now, all of you are influencing someone. It might be a sibling back at home, someone back at school, someone in another room, or the very person sitting next to you right now. It is your responsibility to do this in a positive manner. Don't be like the negative role model who always says the negative phrases. Be a genuine person. Make others laugh. Be generous. Be a leader. But most importantly, make others feel comfortable if they're trying to model you. My very first friend did just that for me. Now let's back up a bit. It's my freshman year in high school. I had been in private school since 4th grade, and it was my very first day back in public school. I was nervous, so nervous. I barely knew anyone, and I didn't have any friends. I was thankful that my first class was Ag Science 1, because the only kids I knew were for livestock shows, and I was hoping I'd see someone I'd recognize. As I was sitting out in the quad waiting for the bell to ring, the number of kids overwhelmed me. Back at my old school, I had 8 kids in my grade my first year, and over the years had slowly dwindled down to 3. There were almost 400 kids in just my class at this high school. Then the bell rang, and I slowly made my way to the ag class and sat down at a table by myself with my head down. Then someone sat across from me and said 3 words. These 3 words would be the start of a great friendship. He said, "Hey, I'm Dwayne," and held out his hand for me to shake it. Now, Dwayne was nothing like me. He wasn't quiet and reserved. He talked to people first. I would never do that. In fact, he was almost the exact opposite. He was outgoing, obnoxious, and generally loud. And I don't know why, but after that, Dwayne looked after me. He invited me to go hang out with him. I had never had that before. I had never had a friend. Over the years, Dwayne taught me a lot about life, but mostly how to be able to step out of your shell and not be that shy and quiet kid. And all he did was take interest in me for nothing other than to gain a friend. FFA is what really helped me find myself. And that began with Dwayne. He showed me how to be able to meet new people, not be embarrassed in who I am, and become a very outgoing person. But the weird thing about influence is that it works both ways. Not only did Dwayne influence me, but I influenced Dwayne. I influenced him to be a more reserved, more humorous, and more careful person. And to be honest, if we didn't become friends, he probably would have gotten a lot of trouble. All in all, though, without him, FFA would not have been the same. And I can tell you, I would not be standing up here today. But the most important thing about Dwayne is, that he was not a state officer. He wasn't a zone officer. He wasn't a chapter officer. But Dwayne was a leader. Dwayne had tremendous influence on me, and he was just a regular person. And all he did was take an interest in me. Nevada FFA, I want you to take the next moment and think about the person who has influenced you the most. And on the count of 3, I want you to yell out that name. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That is a good answer. That could be your name someone is yelling out. Do you know someone who you could help? Be like Dwayne and take a genuine interest in others just to be their friend. But don't stop there. Strengthen your friendships by shifting the focus off yourself to them. I dare you to take advantage of this opportunity. Dale Carnegie once said, you can make more friends in 2 months by taking interest in others than you can in 2 years by trying to get others interested in you. Remember, Nevada FFA, continue to strengthen your friendships. And if you see that shy, quiet kid sitting by themselves, go sit down next to them. Go befriend them. That's where I once was. And I wouldn't be up here today if it wasn't for someone like one of you FFA members that just took the time to sit down next to me and get to know me. Remember, Nevada FFA, leadership does equal influence. You all have people that look up to you, and you are all leaders. You do have the power to influence someone for the better, and you can put the I in influence.
Oh, Tyler, where do I begin? The first time I ever met you was at summer leadership camp, and all of a sudden I hear someone yelling, bees, 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 and rolling on the ground. After that, I spent pretty much all my FFA career avoiding you. So when we got on an officer team together, I will not be lying when I said I was very, very concerned. But I know I can speak for the rest of the team when I say it would not have been the same without you, and no other person should have filled your shoes or your big head. Now, I want to thank you for putting up with my big head jokes, because I think I had the most of them throughout the year, and also for always encouraging me in my one-liners. You were the one, when I first said it, you stopped, gave me this really scary look, and I thought you were going to tackle me and say, stop talking. Instead, you fell off the ground and started laughing, which was really funny, and it gave me a lot of confidence in myself. And about Tyler, FFA would not the same without you. And I'm proud to give you your retired officer jacket and belt buckle.
Yeah, they know, yeah, get the realest on the
Nevada FFA, I have just a little secret for you. Tonight, we have just successfully concluded the fortunate session of the Nevada FFA State Convention. Let me hear you roar. I am now honored to turn the podium over to the girl on the team who definitely has not had a problem letting her voice be heard this year, Caitlin Sanders.
Madam Secretary, do you have a record of any further business which should now be transacted?
I do, Madam President. Tomorrow, NOMCOM needs to meet William Razio at 6:30. Delegates, you need to meet here at Lawler at 7.
And if you got a good fortune cookie, you need to meet backstage, and the session will start at 8 a.m. tomorrow.
Does any member know of any new or unfinished business which should properly come before this meeting? We are about to adjourn this meeting of the 83rd Nevada FFA State Convention. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in labor, just in our dealings, courteous to everyone, and above all, honest and fair in the game of life. Fellow members and guests, join me in a salute to our flag.